Okay, so we're just going to start off back on our backs this week, just starting off with a few basics again. So just find your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, knees hip width apart, relax your arms just down by your side and just start with some tilting. So just some north-south tilting. So think about that clock face on the pelvis and we're rolling to 12, we're rolling to 6. Just take your time, bring your awareness into your body now, just lying on the mat, and start to focus on some breathing. Just some nice, slow, deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Relax your ribs into the mat, sink them into the mat, open the chest and shoulders, and just soften the head and neck. Just for 4 more. And then come into your neutral spine. So if we were to go from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, find the middle zone and just have a feel of your front hip bones. So these ones here, and imagine a tray sitting across those front hip bones, and the tray should be pretty even. So we're not tilting it back, we're not rolling it forward, we're just soft. And if I were to poke my hand under the small of my back, I could just get my fingers under. So there's a small arch there. So I want you to think about maintaining that position and maintaining your ribs sinking into the mat, and take your arms overhead with a breath in and then breathing out as you come down. And just again, focusing on the position through the tummy, through the front body. So as you take the arms up and over, you're not arching your back, you're not letting your ribs pop. Breathe in, breathe out. And you're just going as far as you can comfortably with the arms. If you've got sore shoulders, you're just going to go even to here is fine. Keep the neck long and the chin softly tucked in. So we're thinking about that little lemon under the chin and we're softly tucked. Breathe in. Breathe out. And take it into an arm circle. So take it up, around and down, and just keep going with the arm circles, nice and smooth, and again, just within the range that you have. So any sore shoulders, you can do a little circle up here around the ceiling. Keep drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. And keep coming back to just softening the neck. Neck is long, shoulders down. Keep breathing. For 2 more. And then holding the arms straight up to the ceiling. We're going to reach one arm up to the ceiling and then lower. Reach, so you're reaching your fingertips, and as you do, your shoulder blade comes off the floor. Then draw the shoulder blade back on, then the other one. So just alternating, a little flow from one to the other. And then even start to push through your heels softly and lift the ribs a bit further. So really reach to the ceiling and let the ribs come off the floor and even down to the pelvis. Lift that side body. Reach and then lower, reach and then lower. Just bring your awareness to that, pushing through the heels softly on the side that we're lifting, and feel the body softly come up and lower. Reach and lower. Just keeping it soft, shoulders away from the ears. One more on each side. And then keep holding the arms there. Take opposite arm and leg away. So slow it down. You can slide your foot on the floor, or you can lift your foot off the floor and extend. But I want you to, again, just bring your awareness to the front body and the ribs. So we're not letting the ribs pop. We're not hard. We're not letting the back arch off the floor. So maintain that nice stable position. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just focus here on good form. You feel more arch in the lower back. As your neck tense, relax your neck should be heavy. Just 2 more. Okay, bring the arms back down to your side, come back to your pelvis and think about that clock face. And now we're going to lift from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So now we're going east-west tilting rather than north-south tilting. So think about these 2 front hip bones. Imagine string tied to those bones. I'm going to lift one up to the ceiling, lift the other. And what you should see with your knees is that your knee lengthens on that side. So we're not rotating the whole body, we're just rotating through the pelvis. So it's just an east-west, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock tilt. Keep the arms just soft down by the side, relax your neck, and then start to take it a little bit further by pushing through the heel and lifting the whole buttock off the floor. Whole buttock comes off the floor. That knee still lengthens away from me though. I'm not rotating my knees, I'm just rotating the pelvis. Push through the heel, lift that hip bone towards the ceiling. So you're trying to isolate your pelvis. Okay, come back to neutral now. Find that reset, neutral spine, neck is soft, and just open the knee halfway out. Breathe in, breathe out to close. So soft through the pelvis, and again, focus, pelvis stays steady. So my hip bones now stay pointing up to the ceiling. Focus on that connection and just keep going. Just 1 more on each side. And now you're going to float 1 foot off the floor, float the other foot off the floor, come back to the pelvis. So as I take that foot off the floor, I'm not rocking my pelvis. It's still got that tray sitting nice and smooth and even on there. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulders down, neck is long. One more on each side. Okay, take the arms out wide. Rotate the knees to one side, turn the head away. We're just holding it there for 1 little pause and then keep going to the other side. So mobilizing through the spine, head rolls in the other direction, but the head's heavy. You're not taking tension into the neck, you're just mobilizing through the back. And add the leg extension, so the top leg extends at the end, bring it back and over. Top leg extends. One more on each side. Okay, now just grab a hold of your arm band, your long band. Take your arms up to the ceiling, and we're just going to start with a single arm opener. So take one arm down to the floor. Keep those shoulders down, keep the neck long, pelvis in neutral, and breathing. And control, down, slow return. Breathe in, breathe out. Now you can stay with just the arms if that's enough, otherwise you're going to add opposite leg open. Opposite leg opens away. So we've got one arm coming down to the floor, we've got the knee, opposite knee opening halfway. So we've got some rotation through the middle here. The goal is to try and stabilize that rotation. So slow it right down. Keep focusing on that nice control through the pelvis. Breathing in, breathing out, don't hold your breath. One more on each side. Okay, let's go to double arm. Leave the legs, double arm open, open, close. Keep the ribs soft. Sink the ribs into the floor, lengthen the neck. And draw the shoulders down away from the ears. So open the chest. For 5 more. Okay, now we're going to add on to our opposite arm and leg slide away with the band. So option is to keep the feet on the floor and just extend the arm overhead as you extend the leg. If you want to work a little bit harder, come up into tabletop. Opposite arm and leg extends from tabletop. Now, tabletop legs means that your back is flat on the floor. So no arch under the small of your back. And as you extend away, don't let it arch off the floor. So keep that connection, keep that front tummy connection. One arm stabilizes, the other arm reaches overhead. And take the tension out of the neck. And you can always bring it back if you need to with your foot on the floor and just sliding. So always work within the level that you're at, no straining. If you're holding your breath and your back and ribs are arching, you're working too hard. One more on each side. Okay, keep the legs there, drop the band, hold the knees and mobilize. So if you're not in tabletop, come up into tabletop, hold the knees, knee circles. Just holding one knee, get that hip moving, out, down and around. Nice big, slow circles. Okay, take the feet back onto the floor, take the band and wrap it over one leg, reach that leg up to the ceiling and just take a little stretch. Just a point and flex through the foot. So point and flex. So try and extend your leg and draw your leg up towards you. So you should feel it in the hamstring. But then draw the toes towards you and push them away. Draw them down, push. So getting a nice little nerve glide up the back of your leg. And just keep going with the foot. Lift your head just slightly off the floor to see if that makes a difference to the feeling you have down your leg. Lower it back down. Is it easier, harder? Lift it up and change. Lower it back down. Okay, anchor your arms down by the side. Point your toes. Take your foot towards the floor. Lift. So flex your foot to rise. So point to lower, flex and rise. Point, lower, flex and rise. Just keep going. So again, just nice and strong through the pelvis. This is a leg, we're strong in the leg. Activate all those leg muscles, but be mindful of what's happening through your lower back. Point, lower, flex, rise. Point, lower, flex, rise. And as you come back up, that leg should be warming up a little bit. Then you get a bit more stretch into the back of the leg. Two more. Last one. Take it into your leg circle. Out, down and around. So out to the side, toes turn out, knee out, bring it up through the middle. Out, down and around. Now you go as small a circle as you need to. If it's just a little circle, up towards painting a circle on the ceiling, that's fine. Any clunking in the hip, just break it down a little bit. Take a smaller circle. Try and again come back to the pelvis and you'll focus on what's happening through the pelvis. So you will get some movement, but I want you to really work on thinking as stable as you can through the pelvis, making the hip do the work. Three more. Okay, then hold your legs straight up and just take it down to the side and back up. So just out and down and then back up. As far as you can comfortably return. So just abducting and adducting, taking it out to the side, bringing it back in. Just keep an eye on your arms. Try to be soft through your shoulders and neck. And if your hands and wrists get tired, just take a break and then join back in. For two more. On the last one, just hold the band in both hands and just let your leg hang out there and just take a stretch. Okay, bring it back up, bend the knee, turn the foot and knee, toes out, and a little frog kick, single frog kick. If you can just have a look at your pelvis as you do that, what's happening? Is it rolling to one side? Is it really taking a dip onto that side that's off the floor? So again, imagine you've got that tray on that pelvis. We want to keep it pretty even. Just have a look every now and again, see what's happening. The other knee should be pointing straight up to the ceiling, not going out to the side. Okay, so when we're trying to stabilize, quite often overcompensate. You wouldn't even perhaps be aware of it, but just try to bring your awareness to what's happening. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pop the other foot into the band and start with a little point and flex. Draw the toes down, point. You can just give your arms a little roll. Just soften the hands a little bit on the band. Just take a little break. Keep going with the foot. Okay, then point the toes, lower, flex and rise. Point, lower, flex and rise. Nice and strong through those leg muscles. Point to lower, flex to rise. And just see as you come up, as the muscles start to warm, can you get a little bit more flexion in the hip, get a bit more stretch through the hamstring. 3 to go. And then take it into your leg circle, out to the side, down and around, up through the middle. Turn the toes out, down and around, up through the middle. Out, down and around. Keep the breath going, so try not to hold your breath, keep breathing with the movement. So you're keeping that, try and be smooth with the movement, smooth and even with the speed. So you're not speeding up in one part of the movement, you're controlling that movement the whole way around. 2 more. And then you're just going to take your leg out to the side and back in. Out and back in. Just as far as you can comfortably. Again, just watch that other knee. Keep it pointing to the ceiling. Your pelvis will open up a little bit here. That's normal. I don't expect it to be not moving at all. But just slow it down so you can control that movement. So it's a controlled opening. 2 more, and then hold it on the out phase and just let it hang and stretch. And then bring it back in, bend the knee, turn the toes and the foot to the outside of the mat and kick away, little single frog kick. Four more. Okay, and now just bring that leg out of the band. If you can, just take the band under your thoracic spine, so middle back, and lie back down over it. Try and have it even. And just leave it there for the time being. And bring your feet back to being flat on the floor, arms down by your side, chin softly tucked, long from the crown of your head. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, roll to 12 o'clock and heel up off the floor, come up into bridge. Breathe in at the top, articulate the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time as you breathe out, coming down. So just in your own time, just slow it right down, focus on getting the connection between the breath and controlling the vertebrae, controlling the back. So rolling it up and rolling it back down, really slowing it down, thinking about that string of pearls. Imagine your spine as a string of pearls, one at a time, slowly lowering it down. Keep the breath going. And if you can keep going where you are. Otherwise, bring your hands behind your head and keep going. Just opening up the chest softly. If that's not comfortable, take your arms back by your side and just keep working on the bridge. push through the heels, lift the buttock towards the ceiling. On the next one, you're going to hold the top of the bridge. Your arms can be by your side, they can be behind your head, wherever's comfortable, and just come into a heel lift, alternate heel lift. So a little walking on the spot, keeping in bridge. If you need to come down out of bridge at any time, you do. Pelvis is nice and steady, so we can look down, see our pelvis, go, yep, it's nice and steady as I de-weight that one side, lifting the heel. Okay, let's hold both heels on the floor, open one knee and close, open the other knee and close. Arms can come down, any position, just be comfortable. Keeping the neck soft. Breathing in, breathing out. Slow it right down. And again, come down out of bridge whenever you need a break. Breathing in, breathing out. Pushing through the heels. Keep lifting the pelvis towards the ceiling. As you open that knee, you're not dropping your pelvis. Open, close, open, close. Okay, take it into double knee. Open, slowly close, open, keep lifting the pelvis. You might find as you double knee open, the pelvis wants to drop a little bit. You push it through the heels, squeeze at the butt. Keep breathing. And you can do this with your feet, with your pelvis on the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, roll it down. Just hug your knees to your chest. Just give your back a little massage on the floor. Rolling your knees around one way and then going back the other way. Okay, now grab that band that's wrapped around your lower back or mid back. Take it over the palms of your hands. So it's kind of in between my thumb, my web space and my fingers, but just have it over your hand somehow, and you're going to push to the ceiling and lower. Push and lower. Now make sure the shoulders aren't creeping up to the earlobes here. Still drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Push and release. Now, option is to keep your pelvis on the floor or come back up into bridge and keep chest pressing. A 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower back down, drop the band, bring the arms down by your side. Take one foot and put it on the other knee. Okay, so we're going to do some single leg bridge here. If that's too much for you, you can come back to double leg, but lift the heel off the floor, have the toes on the floor. Otherwise, single leg, and when you're ready, rolling to 12, heeling up, breath in at the top, heel it back down. So you have to really focus here on just what is the pelvis doing. Okay, so we're still thinking about being even across those front hip bones. And you'll be a little bit wobbly perhaps and a little bit shaky, so just slow it right down. And just focus on getting good stability and control. If you need the foot on the floor, just take the weight out of one leg by having toes touching only. So you can still work towards a single leg bridge, but have the toes on the floor if you need. Otherwise, foot off. Keep breathing. Healing up, rolling back out. We're still working on that articulation of the spine, so we're trying not to move as a block. 2 more. And then you're going to hold the top of the bridge on the next one. Hold it up there. 10 little pulses at the top. Little lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good job. Give your legs a little hug. Give your back a little stretch. Maybe take the knees and just oil the hips out again. Okay, let's go to the other leg. So foot up on the knee, and when you're ready, you're tilting to 12 o'clock, push through the heel and lift, and then slowly lower back down. And you might have an awareness of one side feeling a little bit more strong and stable and easier than the other. That's okay. We're not usually completely even. So again, just soften the neck, soften the arms. The arms are there for a bit of increased stability if you need to, but try to de-weight the arms as much as you can so you're really working through the glutes and the leg. Three more. Keep the breath going. Next one, hold the top, and we've got 10 little lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down slow. Just extend your legs out. Grab one knee, just hug it in. Give it a little hug, knee to chest. Extend the other leg away from you. And just roll your ankle out that you're holding that leg. Just circle the ankle. And swap legs. Okay, keep holding that leg. Lift the head up off the floor. Lift the other leg off the floor. Stabilize through the top body and that lower leg, and then swap legs and keep going. The head stays still and long through the neck. Little lemon under the chin, softly tucked in. And if it's too much with your head off the floor, take your head back onto the floor. Just keep working the legs. Breathing in, breathing out. Find your breath. Strong and stable. Lengthen the legs away. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Take the arms overhead. Reach the legs away. Just take a front body stretch. Big deep breath into the front body and the front ribs. Okay, coming back up, feet hip width apart, take the hands behind the head, keep the elbows wide. Without pulling on your neck, you're going to roll up and then roll it back down. Roll it up and roll it back down. Little curl, rib to hip. Okay, focus rib to hip, not pulling on your neck to lift the body, drawing the ribs towards the hips. The abdominals are doing the work here. Breathing in, breathing out. Stop whenever you have to, keep the elbows wide. So you've just got your head heavy in your hands. Take it into an oblique, reach across to the outside of the knee, reach over. Reaching over. Still not pulling on the neck. You can come and have a little touch down in the middle and then reach across, or you just keep your head softly off the floor, whatever feels right. Keep that breath going. And now thinking about taking the opposite rib to the opposite hip. Reach it over. Nice and controlled. The shoulder blade come off the floor, then it rolls back out. Reach and lift that shoulder blade. So rotating up the body. For 4 more. For 3. For 2. Last one. Okay, and rest and stretch. Reach away. Again, reach your fingers and toes away from you if you can, or at least reach your toes away from you so that you're just taking a nice stretch through the tummy. Okay, we've got 2 more little abdominal exercises to do. The first one is hundreds, which we've done before. So your position is either feet on the floor, tabletop, or you can have your legs extended. Okay, so choose whichever position you want. Start with your arms reaching up to the ceiling. When you're ready, take a breath in. On the breath out, we're curling up, finding our leg position and start pulsing the hands. Reach the fingers towards the bottom of the mat. Neck is long and strong. If your neck gets too heavy and hard, hold it with one hand and then swap hands. So just keep those arms strong, pulsing. Open the chest. Again, rib to hip. That's your focus, rib to hip. Keep breathing. Keep pulsing. Nice and strong. If you're in tabletop and you want to work a bit harder, extend one leg for 5. Bring it back in. Extend the other leg. 1 more on each side. Stay there. 1 more. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, and rest. And just take your arms out wide. Just take a stretch. Roll the knees to one side. Look the other way and just hold it there. Big deep breath into the side body. Let's go to the other side. Okay, come back up to tabletop. Keep the arms out wide. This is the last abdominal exercise. You're going to do some pendulum. Roll the knees to one side. Come back to the middle. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to return. So try to keep the shoulders heavy, the neck heavy. Just use the breath. Use the tummy. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to return. Just 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. Good job. And then lower your legs down, grab your band and wrap your knees up. And then roll onto your side. Okay, so we're going to come straight into plan 2. So that is band around the knees, feet are together but off the floor. Your head can be anywhere, supported. To keep your heels back in line with your butt and just start lifting that top knee. That's a nice ball, Gillian. Looks like a little kid's. That's good. So if it gets too much with your feet off the floor, you can bring your feet on the floor and just keep working into the glute. So just go wherever you can comfortably. That's it, good. Keep breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring the legs down. And now you're going to take that top leg and you're going to touch the floor with your knee and then kick it up and back behind you. So touch and then kick up and back. So you're really focusing on kicking up behind towards the wall. So the lower leg can be a little bit bent for some stability. So as you take that kick back, you can control it, kick it back, bring it in, kick it back, bring it in. That's it, good. And remember, if you feel fatigued, stop, have a rest, you can join back in. Glutes are pretty big muscles, they can handle a fair bit, and they'll probably feel a bit sore, but they'll be okay tomorrow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just take a little pause. Just come back into a bit of lower leg flexion. Extend the bottom leg and you're going to come into a circle. So a little bit forward, but really focus on the back phase. So you're really trying to take that leg back behind you. So it's just a small bit to the front of the mat, but really over and back. Over and back. So if you're looking down your side, you should see your leg going behind you a little bit forward, but really focus on that behind part. That's where, again, we're going to get the glutes working. And they should be working pretty hard by now. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Give it a little rub. Okay, let's just change focus. We're going to come into a bow and arrow. So drop your head to the floor, lower your arm, top arm on top, and just roll it forward and then bring it back and open. Roll it forward and open. Now you can keep going. If you have a spare band, if you've got 2 bands, you can add the band in by just opening the chest and closing. You don't have to use the band. You can keep just working through that range. So just getting that nice thoracic spine rotation, really slow it down so that you're opening that chest. Turn the eyes. Make the eyes follow the hand that's opening. And again, using the breath. So really breathing. And you can take your forward glide as far as you can comfortably and then open. Just for 2 more. Last one. Okay. And then come on up onto your side. We're just going to do 10 side planks before we roll over. So find that forearm support position, right angle triangle. So lift out of that armpit. So no sagging down here. We're lifting. And when you're ready, other arm to the ceiling. Do what you can. You don't have to do 10. Just do as many as you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, come on up and over onto the other side. Okay, so feet off the floor, straight into your clam, lift and lower. Now just remember with your side planks, if it doesn't feel right, just stay down. Think about de-weighting the body you can work on to try and build that strength that you need to maintain a good shoulder position. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Then come into your tap the knee, kick it up and back. Tap and kick. So again, focus on that backward phase. You can use your upper hand to stabilize. Lower leg a little bit bent just to help stabilize the body. Kick it back. Strong. Kick into the heel. Like you're trying to really kick the wall away. You can just take a pause there. Really squeeze into the glute. That's it, good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take that upper leg straight out and into some circles. So up and behind. Little kick forward, but really focusing on that up and over and behind. Keep breathing. Nice big deep breath. Nice big circle, little circle if you need to. Any hip pain, just do a small circle. Just work within the range that you have. Nice and strong into that back phase. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good job. Give it a rub. Come on down onto your side and into some bow and arrow. So head's heavy, roll it forward, open the chest, let the eyes follow the hands, keep the head heavy, roll forward. And add your band. If you've got band and you want to add some resistance, you can add the band in. Same thing, just let the eyes follow. You can do it with a straight arm. And keep using the breath. So breathing in to open, eyes follow. And you'll feel the difference if you don't turn your eyes. See, you should feel, you may feel that it's a bit harder, you won't get quite as much range. If you let the head roll and the eyes look at that hand, you're going to get a more open chest. Trying to keep your knees together, so you're taking the rotation into the upper body. 2 more. Okay, good job. All right, come on up onto your side. So again, side arm support, find that right angle triangle, lift up out of the armpit. And you can even just start, if you're not up to planking, just imagine you're going to lift that side without actually lifting. Otherwise, we're reaching to the ceiling, and when you're ready, coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7. Draw the shoulder blades down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, just take your band off and roll over onto your hands and knees. So coming onto all fours, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, and when you're ready, just come into some cat, cow, cat, camel, nice and slow, breathing in or out, whatever feels right for you with the direction you're going, it doesn't matter, as long as you're breathing. Take it slow, find the end of range within comfort and just slowly moving through that range. So there's no stress on the neck, just taking it easy. 1 more. And then come back to your neutral spine, so your tabletop spine. So again, you're sort of imagining there's a plank from tailbone, head to tailbone, keeping it there nice and strong and stable. Draw the shoulders down so they're not up around your earlobes. Draw them down. And then when you're ready, if you can, opposite arm and leg. So option is keep the foot on the floor if you need to. The foot stays on the floor. Opposite arm and leg. If you can come into full arm and leg extension, then take it. You're long from the crown, long from the tailbone. So the torso stays steady. Again, slow it down. The eyes are looking down at the fingertips. Keep breathing. Nice and steady. Just really working on your stability here and that control through the abdominals, through the scapula. You've got your shoulder blades switching on so you're strong through that weight-bearing arm. And that goes down to the opposite butt muscle to give you a strong, stable center. That's it, good. Good. All right, just 1 more on each side. Last one on each side. And then widen the knees, feet together, sit back into child's pose. Big, deep breath into the back ribs. Now, if your shoulders don't like it up there, you bring your arms down by your side. And then come back up onto your hands and knees, and we're going to thread the needle. Take one hand, just softly resting on the back of your head, open the chest, and then take that elbow to the opposite wrist. Open, and your eyes are going to follow the elbow. So just softly open, look up, and then take it down. There's no pressure on the head here though. You're not pushing on your neck. You're literally just soft hand and breathe in and open, breathe out and close. Just two more. On the next one, open it up and then slide your arm through and thread the needle and just drop your head to the floor and hold it there. Okay, come back up and swap sides. So other hand steady, hands softly on the back of the head, open the chest, take the elbow to the wrist. Open and close. Breathe in to open, eyes follow the elbow, breathe out to close. Two more. And on the next one, thread it all the way through. And if you can, if you've got the range, just take your head and rest it on the floor and just rest your arm through there. Okay, come up slowly and just flip around onto your bottom. Grab your band and wrap it around the balls of your feet. Sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. Lengthen your neck up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to come into a little row. So elbows leading. Open the chest, pinch those shoulder blades together. So a little pinch and release. Pinch and release. So nice and long through the neck. Tighten knot. That's it. If you struggle to sit on your sit bones, you can put a little towel under your bottom just to take your pelvis a little bit forward. That's it. Open, squeeze those shoulder blades and release. Okay, and we're going to add a bit of rotation now. So you're going to take one, squeeze back, have a little look over that shoulder, and then onto the other side. So we squeeze back, rotate back softly and look over the shoulder. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Don't let them hitch up here. So keep squeezing down and back with the shoulder blade, down and back. Have a look. Just a soft little look, a soft little lean. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, that's good. Drop the band. We're just going to finish with a little balance pose. So bring your feet, toes onto the floor. Hold behind your knees. You can have your heels on the floor if that's easier, whatever feels right. Lift up out of that crown. So string, lift you up to the ceiling. Open the chest, draw the shoulder blades down. Now, if you can, lift your feet off the floor. But if that's too much, keep the toes touching the heels soft, but it's very soft. So you're just holding that position, long through the crown, lengthen up, keep breathing. If you can, let go and keep breathing. And if you can, you want to take it a little bit further, extend a leg. Bring it back in, extend the other. Really focus. You're really working on control through the tummy, and control through all your stabilizing muscles. One more on each side. Good job. Excellent work. Give it a little shake And just lower yourself back down onto the floor. Let's just take another, so let's just do a little glute stretch first. So foot on the opposite knee or other knee, reach through and grab that thigh. And just start now to focus back on your breathing. Really slow it down. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose for the same count. So in for 4 or 5 and really slow it down, out for 4 or 5. Swap legs. Take the breath down into the tummy, all the way to the pubic bone, all the way to the sit bones. As you breathe in, imagine your sit bones widening and releasing. Sink your head into the floor, your ribs into the floor. Bring your feet back onto the floor, arms are wide, and just do one more rotation stretch. Hold it there. Nice big deep breath into the side ribs. So just really think about expanding these side ribs. And then let the breath go. Everything's sinking and heavy. Roll over onto the other side. And then just come back and finish off with one last stretch of your choice. You can come happy baby. You can hug your knees to your chest. You can hug one knee. You might just want to do a bit more rotation on your spine. Just find whatever feels good, whatever your body needs. Keep breathing, that slow, deep breath. See if you can close off the back of your throat to breathe out. Just bring your legs down onto the mat. Take one hand onto your tummy, one hand onto your chest. And you're going to finish off with just 3 slow, deep breaths where the chest doesn't move too much. Take the breath into the tummy. Good. And then slowly roll onto your side and you can come on up into sitting.